So basically, I just get this into the tray. Obviously, depending on how much you want to make. I mean, if you don't want to make a lot, don't use a big tray. But when you get into the habit of making this, you'll just want to keep making it. Yeah. The good thing about it is once it's made, I just wrap it in foil and stick it in the freezer, and it's fine. So when you fancy a bit of raw chocolate, just reach for the freezer, take out whatever you need. The good thing about this as well is you don't want to eat much. You know, have you ever had that sensation that when you go for a bar of Cadbury's chocolate, you're not content till you've eaten a lot? You open it and you get through the bar and it's like, I've got to eat a lot. I've got to have the whole lot. With the raw chocolate, you find that even a small amount is going to satisfy your craving for the chocolate for the food. So, okay, so this is a small scale, but you can see, we've got some chocolate in there. I tend to fill the whole tray, so you've got to make enough if you want to make a whole tray. But this gives you an idea of how it melts, and you get it in there. You can leave this to set if you want. That's fine, and just have plain ordinary chocolate. I love goji berries. They are. I use these absolutely everywhere. Has anybody not tried? You not tried goji? So you've got to come and try these. I can get this open. Goji berries are brilliant. Mainly from China, from the Himalaya region. They're just packed with antioxidants, vitamin C. They're fantastic. So if you want to come and try a few goji berries. So they're a bit chewy. They're great. They're not overly sweet. Anybody else who wants, I'll leave all the stuff here anyway. So anybody at the end that wants to try it, but you can just scatter a few gojis on the chocolate. Maybe a few organic almonds. It doesn't matter what you put on it. It's just coconut and gojis go well together. So you could put some coconut. I'm doing a right mixture here. We had the nibs. Cacao nibs are brilliant to put back into this because you get the smooth texture of the chocolate you've just made, and you get the crunchy texture of the nibs. So they're brilliant to put back in. So we've got, you see what I mean? You can just start. It's like a canvas. The raw chocolate's like a canvas, and just heap it up with your favourite. It might be, you might go for like a nutty one and some lovely big whole Brazils, or you might fancy a fruity mango.
Cherries.
Well, yeah. Those would be brilliant if you want something that's more fruity. Some cherries, mangoes. You can chop them up. Something more nutty. Then go for the Brazils or broken almonds. Toast some almonds, but then it wouldn't be raw. But the idea is really the chocolate. That's got all the nutritional parts, so we're keeping that raw. So you can add other things that might not necessarily be raw, but
you haven't put any agave on that one, no?
Yep, there's agave going into that. Yep. We put the equivalent of a teaspoon in there. Yep. As I said, I just squeezed it in. I didn't measure it.
Okay.
The important thing is, as I said earlier, when you add the agave in, add it in a bit at a time. Before you add it in, taste it so you get a sense of how sweet it is. Start adding it in, have a taste, and you can add a little bit more if you want it that little bit sweeter. So what we end up with is the raw chocolate. You don't be tempted to kind of speed this process up and put it in the fridge. Just leave it on the side and let it cool and set itself. You find if you over chill it at this point, the butter can start to come out. That's when you get that white kind of bloom. The butter comes back out the chocolate again. It separates out. So just leave it. Just leave it aside somewhere. Forget about it. So for instance, this is stuff that I made. So I've got lots here for people to try. This is chocolate that I made yesterday. So it's exactly the same as I done here. I just made a lot of it.
Help with it.
I had some help
I help make it
from
too.
my able assistant. Someone said to me today that I bet you the pair of you were like Paul Daniels and Debbie McGee.
Who said that?
And I thought, my able assistant, Debbie McGee, you know, was... and I thought, the only magical thing really about it was the fact that the chocolate was disappearing faster than I was making it. And I looked round and there was another bit gone. And I thought, oh, that's magic, you know. Where has it gone? But this is exactly the same as I've done here. I just made a lot more of it. So you can see that when you look at this, there's some here with goji berries, almonds and coconut like I've done here. There's some that's got cranberries, Brazils, cashews, chopped apricots. So there's a nice mixture there. And this is why I like making it in a tin rather than these perfect little moulds, because you can just break this up when it comes out of the tin into one big slab, break it into these little shards of chocolate. These are the very same shards of chocolate that you'll pay £7 or £8 for a little bag of when you go to you know, these posh Chateau Chocolat and whatever they're called, Rococo Chocolat, you know, and it's not even raw, they've heated it to like crazy, but they make these same kind of lovely little shards of chocolate. They put them into a little cellophane bag. You get a beautiful ribbon, it's fantastically presented, you part with a lot of money, and yeah, it probably tastes quite nice, but the satisfaction is you made it yourself. So don't worry if you don't have moulds. Any old, you know, if you don't have a baking tray, put it into a saucer or anything that you can pour it into. Paper plate is perfect. Pour it into a paper plate. It's actually easy to take the plate away when the chocolate's set and just roughly break it. These are great to eat. They're great for presents as well, because if you have got a birthday or something coming up, you know, of a friend or whatever, there's nothing greater than chocolate on a birthday or an anniversary or Christmas that you've made yourself, you know. And the great thing is, when it comes to like Christmas time, we make some great stuff. You can start adding some spices to it, you know, cinnamon and nutmeg and cloves and, you know, all those lovely warming Christmassy spices. You know, they're brilliant. You can start adding those into the mix as well. A couple of drops of clove or cinnamon oil, the essential oils, or peppermint. One drop of peppermint oil into that beautiful, intense peppermint chocolate. You know, so it becomes almost like endless the possibilities once you've actually got the chocolate there in front of you. It's like feed your imagination, just whatever comes to hand. Have a look in the kitchen, see what you've got, you know, and experiment, try things. You know, you got some granola, so sprinkle some granola on.